Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jessica Ward King, the Stigma Crusher here. Have you ever taken a mental health day? Or, whether you called it that or not, a day where you just needed to rest and rejuvenate because you were feeling run down, because you were feeling spent. And yes, if you took a day like that, it was a mental health day. And I am talking about that today. I just took one literally yesterday. I am in the midst of a depressive episode and I was just feeling run down. I wasn't at my best. I wasn't doing my best work. I wasn't doing my best mothering. I wasn't being my best wifeliness, if you can call it that. I just wasn't being my best self, and I needed a day to step back and just take care of myself. And so I took a mental health day. And what that looked like for me is going to look different than what it looks like for you, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is what a mental health day can look like, what it looks like when you take a mental health day. People have different visions of what that means, and we're going to talk about that today. So I'll tell you first what I actually did on my actual mental health day. It's not the only mental health day I've ever taken, but this is the one that I took yesterday. And so what I did was I took the day off work, and my wife did as well. And we went to the massage parlor and we got massages, and then we went out for lunch, and then we ran an errand and got home in time for my son to be home from school. And that was it. It was simple, and it wasn't an expensive day. So for us, the massage was covered under my insurance, and so that was not expensive, and we didn't go for an expensive lunch. We were just at a diner, and so it wasn't an expensive day. It was just a day where we got to do some relaxation, some time to take care of our bodies and our minds, and our souls, and our relationship as well. We got to take care of that, nurture that a little bit, and we were home in time for school pickup. So not a big extravagant thing, just something simple. And I think that that's kind of the essence of what a mental health day can be for you, is just something simple. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It doesn't have to be going to the spa and spending hundreds of dollars and bottles of wine and, overnight trips and, getting babysitters. And it can be those things if that's what you want it to be and that's what you need it to be, but it doesn't need to be those things. And I think people sometimes have in their heads that the idea that in order for them to get that respite, that it needs to be something really big and extravagant. Alternatively, sometimes I think people have in their minds that a mental health day needs to be something that you just kind of sit on the couch and do nothing. And that if you're taking a mental health day, that means that you're kind of at the end of your rope, and all you can do is sit in your house. It's like taking a sick day, and if you're taking a sick day, you better be really sick, and you better be unable to do anything, unable to work, unable to do anything, and therefore you better be laying in bed. And some people have in mind that a mental health day is like that. It's like a mental health sick day, where you'd better be lying in bed. You better be sitting on the couch in your sweats or in your pajamas doing nothing. And it doesn't need to be that either. In fact, I think that it can be sort of counterproductive if that is what you choose to do on your mental health day. Because I think a mental health day, you need to do things that nurture your mental health, that nurture your body, mind, and soul. And so things that do that are being social, getting out and about, doing things for your body. So taking care of your body, whether that is having a massage or seeing a chiropractor or a naturopath or getting acupuncture or something like that, or going to the gym or meditating or yoga, something like that, that is both kind of at the crux of body and mind, or something, as I said, social. So seeing a friend, or being in with people. So even if you're going to an event, or going to even something like going to the cinema, where you're sitting with other people and you're kind of bathing in other people. Those are, I would say, better choices than staying home alone in your pajamas in general. Other choices that you could make would include doing something artistic, so nurturing that creative side of you. So that could be, it could be, again, physical. It could be dance. It could be something like that. Or it could be arts, like the creative arts, like painting, or chalk drawings, or drawing of any kind. It could be needlepoint, crafting, any kind of arts, any kind of creativity is a great way to nurture your mental health. Right? So doing something like that on your mental health day is a fantastic way to nurture your mental health. I would say that sleeping all day is one of the top ideas that I hear. People say, oh, if I could take a day off work, I would just stay in bed the whole day. Not my top recommendation for a mental health day. For one thing, I wouldn't recommend it because it breaks your circadian rhythm, and it's really important to stick to your general circadian rhythm most of the time. So going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time every day is recommended. Yes, even on weekends. I know you've heard me say this before, but so I would recommend even on a mental health day to get up around the same time that you normally get up, and get yourself active, get yourself out of the house to do something for your mental health day. But for another thing, the sleeping all day is very isolating. It's very sedentary. It's very, I can see the appeal. Believe me, I can, especially if you're feeling exhausted. But sometimes sleeping, even when you're exhausted, can make you more exhausted, and it can lower your mood just to stay inside, especially in the dark, the whole day. And so it wouldn't be my top recommendation for a mental health day. I think another one that I hear is stay inside and watch movies. Again, staying inside by yourself the whole day, especially in a darkened room, probably not my top recommendation. But if watching movies is your jam, if you can do it with someone and get that social aspect and talk to them about it, and maybe, get some nice food involved and nurture your soul that way, that's a great idea. If you can go out to a movie, another great idea. So there's definitely ways to work that into a good mental health day. Just try to think about the different ways that you nurture your mental health, the social, the emotional, the cognitive aspects, so the kind of challenging your mind, doing things like crossword puzzles or puzzles in general. Is another great way to spend some time on your mental health day. So challenging your mind, and again, moving your body, making sure you're getting some exercise in there, or just getting your body moving, whether it's passive or active moving. So chiropractics or naturopathy, whatever it is that's getting your body energized. All of these things are fantastic ways to spend a mental health day. And again, it doesn't have to be an expensive day. In fact, you can spend a mental health day on absolutely a budget of zero. You can go walk in the woods is a fantastic way to spend a mental health day, because that gets you some nature, that gets you walking. If you do it with someone, that gets you the social aspect as well. If you stop for a meal afterwards, that gets you a lovely meal, that gets you that kind of gustatory appeal afterwards as well. You can really make a mental health day on a budget of zero. And if you've got a little bit more of a budget, you can work in a few more things. The world is your oyster, depending on how much time you have and what you're interested in. But I don't think that a mental health day should be reserved only for someone who's in the midst of a major depressive episode like myself, or someone who's at the end of their rope and can barely get out of bed. A mental health day is for someone who's just feeling run down and needs a recharge, needs a reset. Really could use some perspective, could use a step back, and just could take a day. You don't need 2 weeks. You could just take a day to kind of step back, reset, check in with your body, check in with your mind, and just feel a little bit more refreshed. Now, is a mental health day going to cure a major depressive episode? No, I did not come back from my mental health day and feel better. I don't feel better. But I did come back from my mental health day feeling just a little bit more ready to tackle what was ahead of me. I feel today, and moving forward as well, I feel a little bit more able to take on the challenges that I'm facing after having just that day to kind of reset and check in. And it won't last forever, but it is a helpful tool that's in my toolkit that I am very fortunate to have. Now, my employer doesn't have mental health days built into my contract. I just have a set number of vacation and sick days that I can use at my discretion. And so I used a vacation day for my mental health day. And that works fine for me. I know that not everybody has that discretion or that opportunity, and I think we should be lobbying for organizations to have mental health days kind of built into their systems of leave, because I think that they are a tool that people should be using, that people should have on offer, and that we shouldn't be waiting until we're at death's door, or until we're to the point of disability to be taking care of our mental health. That's not the message we should be giving to people. People should be afforded the opportunity to take care of their mental health more frequently than that. So, mental health days. Would you take one? Have you taken one? Would you take one now that you've heard about it? How would you spend your mental health day? Would you spend it doing something with your body in mind, something social, something artistic? Would you throw caution to the wind and spend it in bed or watching movies? Please do comment down below and let us know how you plan to spend your mental health day, if you would take one, and if not, let us know why not. So yeah, that's me for this week, me and my mental health day. Take care of yourselves this week, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, everyone.
Stigma Crusher.